Good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome. My name is Kara Cameron Wood, and I am the AIRS Director of Knowledge and Training. If you are here for the guided tour, you are in the right place. I'm going to actually share my screen. That's probably a good plan. I just realized I wasn't. Um, but we have a few tidbits of information everyone needs to hear before we start. First of all, I want to make sure that you know that I have here with me today helping the lovely, amazing, and super capable Phoebe Hanover. Say hi, Phoebe.
Good morning, everybody.
She's the AIRS Director of Member Engagement, and she'll be watching your questions come in during the tour and passing some of them on to me. You can see both of our pictures here now, as well as our contact information. I'll make sure to show this slide again at the end. You can also find out our info on the AIRS website if you ever need us under contact staff. Okay, just a few quick reminders before we get going. Excuse me. Maybe? There we go. You can hear us, but we can't hear you. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in and we'll answer what we can either directly to you via the question tool or out loud to the group. But if there's any questions we don't answer during this live event, we'll answer them via email. All right, you can post any questions you need to Phoebe. Otherwise, we're going to get going and be on our way. All right, so let's start here about how to get there. So you're going to go to learn.airs.org. You can also get there through a connection on the actual AIRS website. We're going to sign in up here. You're going to use your regular AIRS login. And today I am actually going to log in as Santa Claus. Of course, there we go. See, I'm logged in as Santa Claus up here at the top. And we're going to start by just going straight across the top. So start over here at the left. The home button obviously will just always take you home. We'll be coming back to that for a couple of times. Now this recommended for you are actually based on preferences that you're going to fill out here in your profile, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But it's going to pop up things from the most recently created or updated up until the oldest, and it's going to show according to the things that you have indicated you have the most interest in, what might be things you enjoy. Here's the catalog, which is just kind of all the things. You can search from here. You can also do an advanced search where you can cut it down by any category. But you can see here that right away you can see what the registration cost is. That is for a platinum member. And you can get more information. And then these images will give you an idea of what might be going on there. Over here on the dashboard, this is your personal dashboard. Everyone who uses this tool should have their own login. It's not a good idea to share logins. And this is why. It's going to track your progress according to what you've already logged into. So here you can see that it's filtered by in progress, but you can also just do any. And now you can see things that have been completed. Santa Claus completed serving young people. And also I'm in the process of doing serving people with mental health disorders and then information referral for military and their families. Now the profile I mentioned before, and you can see that there's not much you can change here. And the reason is because the information flows down from our association management system, and it's just called I4A into Higher Logic, which runs the networker, and then here. And so this is really just receiving information. So the only thing you can do is really change your time zone, but then come over here to these interest categories, and you can indicate which ones you have the most interest or little interest in, and that will actually customize this recommendation section for you, even as we update information. I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of this little warning really quick just because it's too irritating. This FAQ, these are frequently asked questions, how to contact, how to do your profile, and lots of questions down at the bottom about using these products for recertification. If you have any other questions, of course, just contact me. We'll be updating this as more information comes through. Now over here on the right, we have the cart, and this is where you add what you're planning on purchasing or what you're planning on working on, and it also completes your registration. You can see that it accumulates here. Super easy to go ahead and take care of that payment info and then place your order right down here at the bottom. All right, we're going to head back home. Phoebe, are there any questions about any of these menu items across the top?
No questions so far.
All right, awesome. Okay, if you have any questions, don't forget, you can just ask them now and we'll get there. All right, let's go ahead and head down the side. So here, as we head down the side, you're going to see at the top is the search. Now I'm going to go ahead and dig into that just a bit. You can search by category, which are all of these categories. It includes all of the tracks that we use for the AIRS conference, plus some other things that are hot topics and important consistently throughout INR, like abuse and prevention, crisis intervention. You won't see those as tracks necessarily at the conference, but you will see them as topics here. You can do by type, AIRS webinar, online training, AIRS webinar plus, certification, the type of learning you're looking for. And then this just includes all types of files, podcasts, news, products. So you can sort, and then also by keyword. So let's go ahead and look, and let's say that we're going to just drop down here and do service delivery and then search. Now you're going to come up with 98 results. Now you can see that 66 of them are files. Files are actually what we use to organize AIRS conference material. I'll show you that a little bit more soon. And then here you can see products as well. So that should be very, very helpful to be able to show you what types of things are pulling up. And then you can get even further down. Let's say that text is something that we're interested in. That even weeds it down to 12 results that have to do with texting and also service delivery. All right, let's take it back home. I apologize for the coughing, everybody. I seem to have some kind of something in my throat. Now, this middle pit is what type of INR are you from? This is a poll. We're having some fun with this. Go ahead and you can take some time to vote and let us know where you're coming from. It'll allow one per login, and then we'll change that poll up sometimes to ask different questions, maybe even things that you're most interested in for conference or things that you're most interested in for webinars or other types of learning content. What's the next course you want to see? So go ahead, whenever you log in, take the time to do that poll. It's really fun and it's useful for us. Now, these are those big topics. This is by track, the big ones. Let's look at 211. You'll see the same thing, files and products. These are all of the different things that are searched specifically by those topics. So there's different ways that you can search and different experiences that you can have kind of going down the side panel. All right, before we move over to the middle, Phoebe, does anyone have any questions?
No questions so far? Oh,
okay.
Hold on just a moment.
Please hold, there might be a question.
Can alerts be sent out to us when new information is posted?
It depends on the information. So there's a couple of different areas I'll show you in a bit that have RSS feeds, and you can, and you'll be able to get that. There's nothing automatic for the other content that comes out, but we will be sending out information when we post new things, new content, as far as like new online courses, the webinars, we always let you know that. And so just be looking for things that come through your email or check the AIRS Networker for them. All right, let's go to this middle. This is the fun part, right? Because it has all the little fancy stuff that does all the pop-ups. We're going to start down here on this other learning options. Learn more, and I just mentioned about the RSS feeds. You can do this here if you want to know when there might be a new blog coming out. This is actually going to be, like it says, insights, tips, and lessons learned on a variety of topics from AIRS superstars. So those are your peers, and it includes people from the board and people who have had decades even working in the INR world, and they're going to share their experiences and insights, just something quick that you can read and get more support, I think, get more ideas. And then this is going to be starting not until January. We're going to have a podcast that's also an easy listen on your break, or when you're waiting between calls or just need a moment to do something different. You can look here, and again, you can subscribe to that via RSS. These are actually going to be subject matter experts who don't work in the INR field, but work in fields that affect INR. A lot of psychologists, sociologists, that sort of thing, and they are all considered experts in their field. All right, back home. Let's duck over here to the AIRS conferences. So these are the presentations and handouts from past conferences. We'll have the link to the actual program, the PDF. I'm still waiting for that final one from Moyad, and so that'll be up here as soon as I get that. Again, you can subscribe to see if there's anything that gets added or updated, but they should be pretty consistent. You'll have the last 2 years here on this front page. You can kind of scan through. You can also, if you notice up here, you can search this list and you can search by keyword here. So let's say that I wanted to find out something that had to do with care. Let's pretend like I actually typed the word care. There, now we can do that. So we're going to view those search results, and it takes it down a little bit more about that sort of thing. So you might remember a topic you liked. You'll also see archives over here. We'll keep at least 5 years plus the current year here on this page, and you can go ahead and scan through and look for them either here, or you can go back to that search page. All right, let's head back. Webinars. Now we
Kiara,
actually, yeah,
can you search the AIRS conference by the presenter's name?
I think you could do it as a keyword because it is included in the description. So
Okay.
you should be able to do that, but it's not labeled or like topic like that. So you should be able to do it by a keyword if you can remember the presenter's name. Good question.
Thank you.
So we actually have these two different types of webinars. We have an AIRS Webinar Plus, and we have the regular AIRS webinars. Now these are free and you can watch them whenever you want. You still have to do the registration, but you can watch them, and there's an archive throughout the last couple of years and of course all of this year's, and we'll continue to add to that. Now this Plus is something new. We really want to focus in on making sure that we're showing engagement and that we're showing proof of comprehension when it comes to recertification. And so we've added a quiz and certificate component to the webinar. So more than just writing them down that you attended, you'll need to show that you did the quiz. We'll end up with that information and make sure the certification people get it. I'm going to actually pop into one of these really quick so you can kind of see what it looks like. This was simple but powerful. You can also, you can go ahead and you can rate these, which is great. Register quick. They're all on sale for $1 this month. Then they go up to $3 for platinum, $5 for other general membership. Overview right away, contents, and more information about the presenter himself. All right, let's head back home because we're going to hit one more kind, these online courses. Now these we took directly from Relias and moved over. You can actually see this is a little bit of a different display, the side by side. So we have these individual online courses, just a little bit different structure, content and overview right here. And then you can go ahead and just move through these a little bit at a time. So you have to be registered to access this, which is why you can't see that, but they move through with the quiz, and then there's a certificate of completion that shows that you engaged in a certain amount of time and that you are good to go there.
Kiara, we have a question. Right now we
Yeah.
use Relias. So
Mhm.
does this replace Relias, or is this in addition to Relias?
So it's a little bit more nuanced than that. So this is replacing Relias as our learning system that AIRS is supporting. The online courses that we currently have on Relias, we will not be removing, but we will not also be updating them. So as people who have moved into Relias, we have some options that are coming up where you can move into this learning system and have access the same sort of way that you did in Relias. So one of the reasons we did the move was because this can support everything in a way that Relias could not. As you can see, we've moved all learning content into one space, and that felt like a really important move that would make it a little bit easier for our membership. All right, Phoebe, any more questions?
Let me double check. It's difficult for staff to pay for courses. Can I purchase tokens like I did with Relias?
So it's tokens a little bit different. It's more of like a code, but all you have to do is reach out to me and you can buy in bulk. So like you can buy, like 10 or 20 or whatever you want. And then we give you just a slight discount for buying in bulk, and we invoice you separately. And then we'll give you the tokens for those courses that you want. Anything else?
One more, I believe.
Okay.
Will you send an overview of this session in an email?
Yes, you'll actually be getting the recording of this 15 minutes. You can share it with other people, but we also would love for you to attend another live one. We have 2 more, maybe 3, a couple more next week, one each week of October. including on Halloween. It'll be fabulous. So if you can join one of those, or you want to have other people join those, it's just 15 minutes, pretty easy. And then they can ask their own questions. But otherwise, yes, you'll be sending this out. Also, in that email will be a link to a video that Phoebe created for those who are the primary contact at their organization about how they can add other members of their team. Everyone on your team needs to have their own login. So she'll be taking care of that too. All right, we're at our 8:15. Phoebe and I will look through if there's any other questions that come up, or you can just reach out to both of us. Let me pull that other slide back up just so you can make sure that you know where we are. And we're really glad that you joined us today, and everyone have a great day. We'll talk to you some other time. Bye.